Suicide Squad. Alright, so here we are, guys. Just 2 days away from the release of Suicide Squad, but the critics' reviews came in. And what are the critics' reviews? Well, as of right now, Suicide Squad is sitting at about 34%. This, of course, was my prediction because once I realized that, once again, Warner Bros. Wasn't going to lift their review embargo until Tuesday at noon, I figured, well, at least I took it as a red flag that this movie's fucked, at least critically. They did the same thing with Batman vs. Superman, and I expected the best result. Actually, I predicted that this movie would be at a 42% critic rating, and it looks like I might be right. We'll see if it goes up or down. I could be wrong by even more than 10 points. I could be right. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But this goes to what I've been saying, that anytime a movie studio releases their review embargo just a couple days before the movie, you should at least have a red flag, and it worked for me here. This disappoints me greatly. Now, that's not to say that I'm not going to love Suicide Squad. That's not to say that Suicide Squad might even be my favorite movie of the year, but generally I tend to agree with what critics say. Generally, at least I'm in the same area as them, so this at the very least brings my expectations down for this movie tremendously. I've been talking to a lot of friends and saying that you can expect this movie to suck because the embargo is going to be released on Tuesday and this should worry you. A lot of people have been playing it down. A lot of people that I've been talking to saying, oh no, this is standard for WB, don't worry about it. A lot of movies do this. I didn't believe that shit at all. I look at a lot of these other blockbuster movies, a month in advance they're releasing their reviews, and they're trying to build the hype train. DC knew they probably didn't have much on their hands, so they released it till last second, and they didn't want to derail their hype train for Suicide Squad, which I think was pretty high. I thought the trailers leading up to Suicide Squad were very, very good, and it's hard to believe that DC at least didn't recognize that maybe they didn't have as good of a movie as they initially thought on their hands. I mean, this thing was marketed pretty aggressively, pretty stylistically. David Ayer's been saying a lot of shit like this movie's gonna kick ass and everything, like, oh, we're gonna beat Marvel. Well, it turns out the critics fucking hate it, and like I said, that's not to say that I won't like it, but still, I'm just gonna say before I watch the movie, I do generally tend to be right around where the critics are. Sometimes I'll disagree, but generally. Alright, so now Suicide is gonna be a critical failure, just like another DC movie. At this point, it's been 3 in a row, critical failures. So is the DC Extended Universe fucked? Well, if they're not fucked by now, 3 critical failures in a row, I'll tell you what'll do it. If they're not fucked now, they're in serious, serious trouble. The only way Suicide Squad is saved if it makes more than what Warner Brothers was projecting. But I have a feeling that a Batman v Superman could be coming here, okay? Maybe an initial big weekend, but then we're going to start to see it quickly drop off because it's not going to have legs because the critics are bashing it. We saw it with Batman v Superman. I think it can happen here. If it happens here, let's assume it happens here, the DC Universe is very, 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 very close to being fucked. If Justice League, first let's say if Suicide Squad is a critical failure, it's a commercial disappointment, at least. I don't think it's going to be a failure, but let's say it's another commercial disappointment like Batman v Superman was. If Justice League comes out and it's another critical failure, which Zack Snyder's directing it, so I don't doubt it will be. If it is a critical failure and if it disappoints commercially, we are talking about a universe that will be scrapped up and thrown away because that'll be 4 movies in a row where critics will have bashed the movie and the box office results won't be where they are. On top of that, if they continue to release these bad movies, in my opinion, I've liked all of the movies so far, at least enjoyed them a little bit, but to majority, my little fucking opinion doesn't matter because the majority don't like the DC movies so far. If this low quality continues, what the majority thinks is low quality, then you can expect box office results to fall down more and more and more because just like anything, any business, you put out a less quality product, you know what's going to happen? Eventually people are going to stop wasting their money on it, and it's no different with movies. If people continue to see these DC movies not be good, they're not going to keep going. So I told you, these 3 movies are going to be 3 critical failures in a row. Suicide Squad, I think, will potentially be another box office disappointment. I mean, they're already done shooting Justice League and Wonder Woman, so those things are happening. But if Justice League sucks and Wonder Woman sucks, we're talking about a universe that you can pretty much scrap up because that's 5 bad movies in a row. I don't even know if you can recover from a start like that. Alright guys, so this is my first YouTube video. I'm a huge movie fan. Let me know what I did right, what I did wrong. Bear with me. My videos will get better. Subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you think the DC Extended Universe is fucked, or do you think that they still have a lot in the tank? Do you think that Suicide Squad will suck? Do you think it'll be good? Alright guys, till next time.